my youngest son goes to that school. We started a canned food drive to be able to see what we could do during the Thanksgiving holidays to, maybe some of these less fortunate veterans that need a meal this holiday. A lot of people are always praying for a blessing instead of trying to be somebody's blessing. And so when I got them involved, it was really a teaching point for them to say that you don't know how lucky you have it until you start seeing some of these things. So we started a canned food drive there. The kids out there were outstanding. Mrs. Hernandez, she was really good. She was the Honor Society teacher. And so we got all this food and we started to get turkeys donated by local veterans so that we could give back to veterans. So the only way veterans are going to accept some of this help is if another veteran gives it to them. Sometimes they come from an era where they're too prideful or whatnot. And I always tell everybody, only veterans speak veteran. So yeah.
You were on the computer up until we started this interview here. Go, go, go.
Yeah, and I'm wondering how many of them, what's missing. Get a lot of calls, a lot of stuff. People asking how they can help or what can they donate. It's a little difficult though because the turkeys are frozen now, and we're trying to fight the clock to have them be able to defrost their turkeys to whoever we get to meet up to drop this food off for.
And your family all helps.
Yeah, they got sucked into it, man. I don't think they had much of a choice, but yeah, they're very supportive, and me being a disabled veteran and being out of the loop and not having that interaction with everybody, this keeps me going to stay in the social pipeline of my brothers and sisters, and just trying to help out, do what we can.
The impact that you had last year, how was that?
Well, it wasn't, I think, as big as this year. Last year, we put something together and we invited veterans to go eat at a certain location, and a few showed up. But I learned from it that a lot of folks, if I know they're prideful, they're not going to want to go and get a free meal somewhere, or do something like that. So I said, well, this year we're going to take the food to them. That way they knock on the door and you tell them they eat your stuff. They can't really not feel the pressure of having to go somewhere to do that, and feel like maybe they, I don't know if it's embarrassed or I don't know, but just want to do what we can. And mostly it's for my kids and my family to see that, you can make a difference if you want to, if you want to.
Where did the Maverick movement come from?
That was my road name or a nickname ever since I was a little boy. I guess if you look at the word, it's kind of like rambunctious, or kind of does things his own way. And so when I named it, I said, well, it's just the way I do things. That's a movement, so a Maverick movement. And that's how it started. And little by little, it's been taking flight a little bit. And we're always trying to do different things. This is what we do during this holiday season, but we also do soldier suicide prevention programs, by trying to get these veterans involved right when they transition from the military into not civilian life, back into veteran life. They'll never be civilians again once they leave and come back. They come back as veterans, so we call it veteran life. Help them transition into that with programs like interviewing skills and resume writing and things of that nature. So we're trying to build some of this stuff to buy computers and things like that, so building one day. Well, that's my vision again. And then that way, when they transition, it's a lot easier for them not to go through the steps where they may feel alone and apart from their security blanket of their brothers.
What do you think is different about your program?
I think it's because it's for veterans by veterans to me. And although it's me and my family to them, they're veterans too, because I'm yelling, we need this, we need that, or whatnot. But it's taken a little bit. We've had a lot. When I say a lot, it's a handful of veterans that are starting to see it. But a lot of the issues that face veterans today could be alleviated by veterans. We're so quick to, when you go to a job interview, hey, I'm a veteran, hey, give me this, I'm a veteran. But what we need to do is utilize that, be responsible for that title, to help one another. Suicide rate at 22 a day is ridiculous. I don't think it's a government issue. I think it's more of a veteran issue. I mean, where are your brothers? All these guys, they go and they celebrate Marine Corps birthday. They're all partying for one day a year, and then the other 364 days, brothers are dying right across the street while they're celebrating. So instead of doing that, why don't you put that effort into meeting people in your community and developing that strength and unity? 190.
Anything else that I might have missed about this collection or?
I would just, the only thing that the thought I would want to convey to anybody that's listening that are brothers and stuff is that we can all act like we're, not act, but use the excuse, not the excuse, but why is the excuse? The excuse for, I'm too busy, I'm married, I've got kids, who's got dance recital, we've got the Boy Scouts or whatever, we're all busy. But we all made a secret pact and an oath to one another to forever be our brother's keepers, regardless. And that doesn't end at the end of enlistment. You should carry that same mentality post-service commitment. That's when it's more important. 22 veterans a day and you didn't meet the front page. And that's horrible. They kill some lion up in Africa, the world goes nuts. Prince dies, the world goes nuts. My brothers and sisters are dying in an alarming rate. And that 22 is not even considered in states that don't report. The ones that go missing, the ones that are homeless, the ones that are in adult living communities that don't have their paperwork there, they don't have the next of kin. It's closer to 40 a day. So, I mean, we've lost more veterans to suicide than we've lost in Afghanistan and Iraq 3 times over. We're almost at 200,000. I mean, we lost 50, close to 50.
You think it has to do with the need?
Of course, I think it's have to do with that need when you come back and you feel like Superman because there's strength in numbers, and then you come back and all you hear is crickets, and the people you served with are spread out all over the country. You lose touch. You don't know anybody in your community. But how does one that comes back into the community? Where does he belong onto? You know, there are all these programs that take you like fishing on the water and let's go hunting or let's go skiing or whatever. But that's going to fade away after a day or two. What about the rest of it? We've got to teach them how to become interactive with each other. Different war eras, different branches of service. I don't believe in I'm Air Force, you're Marine. I don't believe in that segregation. We all serve, and whether you're a combat veteran or not, if we don't look out for each other, who's going to? And at this point, nobody is. 22 to 40 a day. Obviously, nobody's doing anything about it. You hear wounded warrior, right? Oh, we did this, and we gave so many dogs and this and that. Well, if that's doing so well, why isn't the number of suicides coming down? I mean, it's just math, right? I mean, I'm grateful for what they do for the veterans that are, lose an appendage or something, but we need to do something on a grander scale. Let's catch it at the beginning. When they, as soon as they separate, what does the government do about reincorporating them into their societies? So they feel like they're by themselves, and then they start to drink alcohol, or they're mad at the wife, and they walk out. They do the worst thing that they can do. They make a permanent decision for a temporary problem. First of 2013.
Okay, 2013.
And we are
And this-
501c3.
Okay. And then last year was the first time you did this.
This particular.
Thanks a Vet, right? That's what it's called?
Thank a Vet's Giving. So it's thank and then it's.
A Vet's Giving.
I don't even know how that came up. I just thought, well, maybe we can incorporate, veterans and
I like it.
it worked out a little bit.
Yeah. And then all these donations were sent to the school.
Yeah, the school,
Yeah,
the student body of the John Lewis School,
What was it?
De Leon, what's the-
Alonso de
Alonso
Leon.
de Leon Middle School Lions, which I call those kids the Lion Hearts again, because they raised 1,387 cans last year, and this year they're at 1,494 or something. So they really pumped it up, and I went to the Veterans Day celebration with them, and they recognized me and stuff, and they mentioned the food drive again. Their kids went nuts and did what they had to do for their veterans. So
How did you get these cans here?
very carefully. Oh wait, all these guys, one by one, right? That was their punishment, bring one by one. No, you have to drag them. Well, how did you guys do it? You have to drag them, pull
Put
them.
them in plastic bags.
Bags.
Because
Yeah.
most of the boxes tore, so we had to get them in plastic bags.
There were that many cans in the box.
So all I heard was all the cans rolling down the street.
Yeah, that's, I think we're good with the interview, right?
I'm just gonna get more shots of the
Yeah.
cameras just in case.
Yeah, and
So I see you have lots of tattoos.
a little bit.
And some of them have Maverick guys, I noticed.
Yeah, in case I forget, I used to drink it, get drunk or something, I forget what it was.
I know where to take you.
Yeah, right? Yeah. No, you know, in the military, you try to, well, I got different ones all over the country, you know, so, or different places that I went to.
Okay.
Yeah, you represent a little bit of something different, and you look at that tattoo and you say, oh, I remember that.